coverglitchnstratagy asks, why are you so good at making music? I don't know. I'm not that good, but a lot of trial and error, talking to other musicians who know what they're doing. Really, just I don't know. That's experience, really. I mean, I don't really know music theory. I don't really have any background in like audio engineering or like the mixing process. I kind of just learned all that on like by trial and error and just like trying things out and talking to people and figuring out what works and just figuring out what works for me with my setup. And if you're talking about like how am I so good at writing like composing music, I don't know, it just sort of comes naturally to me. Like, again, I don't have any background in music theory in terms of the guitar. Like, if you told me to play a B chord, I couldn't. Like, well, maybe I could play the B chord, but like something like F sharp and then in a certain key, like I don't know, like I couldn't do that. I kind of just like fiddle around, come up with riffs, and then put them together, and it sounds good. I'm like, oh, cool. Let me put some vocals on it. What drums would sound good? It just, I don't know. That's how I work, at least. Probably not how a lot of people work, but that's how I work. And what software do I use to record? I already answered that. FL Studio 11. How do I record my guitars? So the guitar over there, it gets plugged into this thing here. It's like a distortion pedal, gives it the distortion sound, and then that distortion pedal gets plugged into a preamp. If I can just get it over here, so it's a mobile M-Audio mobile it's preamp, so it'll get plugged into like this thing here, and then that'll go into my computer, and then on FL Studio it'll link up with the guitar, and then there's like a plugin called like Kiefer that Fake Pony showed me. It's an impulse loader thing that gives it a nice warmer tone. It gives it a nice tone. And then from there, it really sounds good at that point. But I add all sorts of other effects to it. The usual like EQ, compression, all that kind of stuff to get a really nice sound. Although it could honestly be a lot better, but I don't know what I'm doing. And then Gibson or Fender or other smaller brand. I mean, I like Epiphone because I use Epiphone, and I've used Ibanez before, so I like Ibanez. I've never really used a Gibson or Fender, but I'm sure they're really great brands. I mean, I just can't afford them, and I know other people who have them, and they all seem happy with it, so they must be good. I mean, they've got like the name going for it, so I mean, can't imagine they aren't good. You want to fight mate? Come at me, bro. Come at me. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Okay, that is an interesting question because I think that'd just really be intimidating to see like a horse-sized duck. But that's just so intriguing to me. I want to see that, but at the same time, like, and then also with the 100 duck-sized horses, like they could gang up on me and do some serious damage. Like they're friggin' horses. They're diminutive equines that could like beat the crap out of me. So I don't know. Like I want to. But then the duck could also like peck my eyes out with its large like horse-sized beak. I don't know. This is like they're both bad. I don't know why I would be in this situation. If I were in this situation, I'd be like, I would probably be high or something. So I don't. I'm just gonna go with the duck-sized horses, just because I could probably like kick them around or something. Like I don't know. Like I think a duck is like yay high, so I could kick these fools out of my way. I'll beat them. Loose Caboose 21 says, love the song preview. Thanks. And hopefully you saw the full song because it's been released. Yeah, so check it out if you haven't. And then you say, love the ADTR album. Thanks on their behalf. I'll say thanks. And then you ask, when/how did you get the idea to start writing brony music? Okay, so I got the idea after I heard Isamboff's Gimme RD, like that song in October 2011. Like that was just like, wow. Because I was used to all like the brony music that just gets mic spammed on like servers and stuff, TF2 servers. So I was just used to that kind of music, and then I'm like hearing this really great like rock song, and I'm like, wow, I know how to play rock music. Maybe I could do something. And I was inspired by him, and I'm like, wow, I really want to start making music now. And then I wrote him, I think that October, being like, what software do you use to write your music? And he told me FL Studio, and then I kind of sat on it for like several months, and then I started actually wanting to write music in February. Originally wanted to do mostly like Nintendo Core style music because I was listening to a lot of Nintendo Core then for whatever reason. That's why I have so much synth, and that's been like a staple of my music, I guess, since I really like the synth now. But initially I was gonna go like way more synthy than that, but I just like, that's too much effort at this point to like really have synth go throughout the song, really complicated. I couldn't handle all that synth at that point, and my Nintendo Core phase kind of died off anyway. But yeah, I saw like Isambov stuff and just really liked it. Then I saw Prince Whatever stuff and then got really into his stuff. I'm just like, wow, there's like fantastic brony music out there, and they're getting, so much recognition, rightfully so. I'm like, oh, why don't I just jump on this bandwagon kind of thing? And yeah, that's kind of it. Okay, LyrixRLife writes, what has your music career been like? How did you start, and what have you done until now? So in terms of my career as a brony musician with the pencil eraser moniker, I started in April 2012. I've written 10 original songs and released 10 original songs. Done 5 collabs with a couple other ones in the works, and a bunch of other like random stuff I've done throughout that time. And that's since April 2012. That's what my career has been like. I already explained how I got inspired to start writing music as a brony artist. But what I didn't talk about is I used to write music even before I was a brony. And it's probably, I got my first acoustic guitar when I was 17, so 2007. And I was already like, once I learned the basic chords, I was writing songs. Like, I was just using the basic chords, writing like the most dumb songs, just like using the same 4 chords, but like coming up with vocal lines for it, lyrics, melodies. Also, actually, not even then. I was writing music even before then, when I was just playing the viola. I was writing music when I was like 13. I had like this little small group of people, a little cadre of people that we called a band, and like one of them played the flute, the other one played like the violin, and I would just like hit things with my pencils and call that drums. And we were making music when we were like 12, and obviously nothing came of that. Like we were using like Audacity or something really dumb. Actually, I was still using Audacity in 2007 writing the guitar stuff, but yeah, I wrote stuff back then. I wrote a couple. When I got my electric guitar in 2008, I was writing some electric songs. I used like GarageBand loops. I had no idea how to do drums, so I was using like GarageBand loops and like GarageBand bass loops, and like I didn't do any of that. I just did the guitar parts and like the vocals, and I did Audacity and GarageBand. I didn't use sophisticated programs. I did no mixing. It was all terrible. Maybe I think the compositions could be salvaged. Like I could actually like go back and take some of those songs and actually make something of it, and I'm thinking of doing that actually for one of my songs in the near future. But anyway, yeah. So I my music career has started probably since I was 12, and then depending on what's going on, it's kind of evolved to different things. So that's my music trajectory. Quoth Theraven asks, rightfully so, where did the name Pencil Eraser come from? Yeah, that's a perfectly legitimate question, because I ask myself every day why I named myself after a writing utensil. But really, the name Pencil Eraser comes from one of my all-time favorite games, actually my all-time favorite game, called Earthbound for the SNES. It's an RPG. It's like a quirky RPG. It's not like your typical JRPG that's set in like the medieval era. It's like a quirky, fun RPG set in like the modern era, and you fight like evil taxis and hippies and ants, and so if you guys, I'm sure all of you guys have played like Super Smash Brothers at some point in your life and have seen the character Ness from that series. So that the main character of Earthbound is Ness. So that's where Ness comes from. It's got like a cult following. I'm one of the cult followers of the game. It's a fantastic game. Like right now, I'm actually following. There's a Twitch plays Earthbound, and I've been like on there, like playing the game kind of, or like helping them play the game to whatever extent you can help someone play Twitch plays. Anyway, so yeah, there's an item in Earthbound called the pencil eraser, and I don't know. I just, like I said, I wanted to do a Nintendo Core style sound when I came up with wanting to do music for a Brony audience, and so that's why I picked like a Nintendo related name, pencil eraser, rather than like pop punk pony or something. I was like, I want to be clever and come up with like an esoteric name that no one has heard of, and everyone's gonna think I named myself after a freaking writing utensil. Anyway, in retrospect, really bad choice of an item, because like I could have picked a lot of different items in that game or other characters. Pencil eraser, I don't know what I was thinking. Like if you look up pencil eraser anywhere, you just get freaking Amazon and eBay listings for pencil erasers, and if you type in pencil eraser on YouTube, you get this dude eating like pencil erasers as the first choice. Like what? I have no idea what I was thinking. Like that was a terrible choice of name. In retrospect, just for the mere fact that it's like there's so many other things related to pencil erasers that exist on Google and YouTube, so it's like you can't really fine tune me to get to me and my music, so that's kind of a downside to the name, although I really kind of like the name. Opinion on Equestria Girls. I watched Equestria Girls. I thought it was good. Overall, the ending kind of threw me off. I thought that was bad. Like, what the hell was going on there with the freaking like devil thing and like, oh, we're gonna the portal and like I don't. Yeah. But other than that, it was I thought it was good. Why not? Hopes for season 4. Well, it's almost over, I guess. I've been pretty pleased with it. I really hope for more character development. I don't know. I don't really have any strong like thoughts on like what direction the show should go into, honestly. I'm glad they have more rarity episodes. That's all I can say. I mean, that pleases me already. Favorite original song you've made so far? Favorite original song is by far The Fast and the Fabulous. I think that's the most relatable song I've written, I think, and I just think overall that song's great, and like personally at least, I really like how the lyrics came out. I obviously don't think the song, like the mixing wise, the song was good, but I think that like in terms of how it was written, the lyrics, like the overall guitar work and all that, the drums, I thought that's been my best song, and I hope to remaster that one and re-record it so that people will enjoy it more. Favorite instrument besides guitar, bass, drum, piano, or vocals? I'd say viola, just because I played the viola. Originally, when I was in middle school, I wanted to play the violin, but my teacher tricked me into playing the viola by saying I had long fingers, but when really it was probably because they needed more violists, because no one knows what the viola is, and no one wants to play the viola, so... But I ended up playing it, and I really like it, and I think it's got a warm sound, and it's underrated. So I would say that instrument. I don't know, but other than that instrument, the other 5 you listed are higher than the viola. I don't know. I can't think of any. Maybe some sort of like brass instrument, because I like ska a lot too. So maybe like, I don't know, maybe trumpet or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, next question. Will you be my waifu? Yes, I will be your waifu if you will be my husbando. And finally, you ask, who's your favorite Brony musician? I love a lot of Brony musicians, so I'm not going to pick one. I'll list a number of them that I really love, and they're also my good friends. Scrambles, Turquoise Splash, Isamboff, Prince Whatever, Fake Pony, bassbrony, Canapplejack, Rabman, Risen, Joe the Loaf, Feather. I mean, these are all They're all great musicians. There are probably more, but I can't think of them right now. But I love those musicians a lot. And speaking of the devil, Scrambles asks, has a question, Pencil Sama-chan, how come we don't speak as much anymore? And we will. You're just never on, dude. I don't know what's going on, but like, and I'm not on as much on the afternoon, so maybe that's why. But we'll catch up. Canapplejack asks, do you watch My Little Pony? And no, I do not, because that is for steers and queers, so I don't watch that show. It's for little girls, man. Like, what do you... Like, and your picture's like of some anime girl. Like, what's wrong with you? Bassbrony asks, if a pencil had erasers on both ends, would that make it pointless? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, man. Man, I read that already, but that still got me. And then you asked, well, the answer to that is yes, obviously. And then you asked, how does thou continue to have new musical ideas, projects without running out of inspiration? And I run out of inspiration all the time. That's why I don't have anything going on right now, because I'm just busy and haven't been able to really think about new ideas, new riffs, new lyrics. You know, that actually, I used to say like a lot of that just comes easily to me, but that it does take effort to really come up with good lyrics and good riffs. So no, it's totally, I work really slow, and I think a lot of other musicians probably work about as slow as I do. I probably work even slower though. Are you willing to work with the Russian and I again? Yeah, totally. You guys are just never on. So, and I'm busy, and I've got like a bunch of other collabs set up. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. You know how these things work. Holland Oats writes, wait, you make crappy music too? Is it unlisted or something? It's right there, man. Just listen to it. Clean out your ears. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I guess I'm putting myself down a little more than I should. It's not bad.